Radio Talk Show. Welcome to the Juice Radio Talk Show. Welcome to the Juice Radio Talk Show. Welcome to the Juice Radio Talk Show. Reality TV, church reviews. Let's talk happy love and marriage lifestyle. Come and talk with us. Come and share with us. Come and laugh with us. Come on and pray with us.
Regina and Clovis, special guests. You should be following your lead. Bless. Subscribe on YouTube. Listen on podcasts. We live on IG and Facebook. This episode is sponsored by Truth and Triumph Ministries.
Hello, everyone. It is time. You guys, it's time to have the
Hello, how you doing today?
Fiance chat. Dustin is here. Hey, Dustin.
Hey, how you doing?
We are good.
How you doing, Jonathan?
Oh, hey, Aaron. Hey, Regina.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Look how cute Erin is. Erin, look how cute she is.
Right.
Y'all, I gotta do a close-up of Erin. Look at this. Look how cute she is.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. That's what she's giving tonight, okay?
Right? But do y'all see all of it? Because I was just looking at the backdrop.
Yeah, it looks nice. I love it.
I know. Look at her. She's got a gingerbread pajamas on, you guys. And it is and Mickey Mouse pajamas. So
yes,
cute.
It's so cute.
Let me tell you, festivities, when you look at Erin, the festivities are here and ready to begin.
Absolutely.
I would like to say a few words before we get started. Is that okay?
It's your time. It's your channel. Go ahead. It's your program. Go ahead.
I love to thank everybody for their prayers and the hope of healing from my uncle, and out to Jonathan and Juice and everybody on the panel. I appreciate all the thanks for being there for me very much.
Anytime, Dustin. Anytime.
We love you, and we're going to continue the prayers for you too, Dustin. They don't stop. We continue the prayers. We cover each other in prayer through these processes. I know somewhat of what you're going through, having had two parents went through similar things. And so I know, but I'm telling you this, Jonathan, even in your sad times, there's going to be love there in spite of.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, I love it. Thank you for even having the courage to come on tonight.
Right.
Through this process.
You're welcome.
I love it. Y'all say hello to Robin's in the chat. Hey, Robin.
Hey, Robin. I know she's gonna get on this panel tonight. I know she better. Okay.
Hey, I better drop this link real quick.
Please do. Because she told us on Monday night that she had quite a bit to say. So I know she got a bit to say. So I'm ready to hear it.
Okay, I have dropped the link, Robin, if you're there. Thank you so much. And Erin, of course, is going to say hello to everyone. Erin can multitask like none other.
Okay.
Like none other. I love it. So Robin is saying hello to everyone. She's saying hello. I love it. She's also saying hello again to you, Dustin. And
hello,
Erin,
Robin.
of course, is saying we love you, Dustin. I love it. Robin says, Erin is adorable.
Isn't she?
So cute. So cute. All right, you guys, let's have this chat. And Erin has dropped the link for our other co-panels channels as well. Y'all please go over there and subscribe to their channels as well. Dustin has this channel. Justin has a beautiful channel on YouTube. Justin Talks Films. Y'all have to check him out. He is giving y'all his life journey on this detox that he is doing. Life detox. It is so good. So y'all check him out. And JoJo has his own channel, JoJo Speaks.
JoJo Speaks. Of course, I'm gonna shout him out. He's my co-host, and he's done an awesome job with his own channel. So everybody needs to go support him tonight after this live.
That's right.
Thank you.
That's right. Listen, JoJo is busy tonight because he does this at 6 p.m. and then he joins me over the Juice Radio Talk Show again for our 7:30 church news.
And then he has his little show at 8 o'clock my time.
9:30.
9:30. He has his own channel at 9:30. Listen, isn't it so wonderful to be loved and wanted, Jonathan?
Absolutely, absolutely. I just look at it as an opportunity to share the love of God with everybody, and share my opinion as well with everyone. So yeah, I
There
love
you
it.
go.
I love it.
There you go. And now we love it too. Dustin, where are we starting today with this?
I would like to start out with Nick and Devin.
Oh my
They
gracious.
had a hard time this episode, and this
Yes.
is where I'm going to start off.
Let's go. Go ahead.
Her mother and his mother, I think that's her mother. I think it is her mother and her dad did not like it that they were calling him a pig. Something about calling her piggy. Now I don't agree. I don't agree with that either. Everybody has a different. Everybody's a different size. Everybody don't have to be the certain size and stuff like that. And I didn't like that they
Dustin,
said
where are we
that.
starting today with this?
I would like to start that with
Yes. I love it. Hey, Robin.
Hey, Robin.
I hear an echo out of Robin. I don't know if you
Hey,
can hear it,
y'all.
but I hear it.
Hi.
Okay, there you go. There you go. We got her now. Hey, girl. Hey, how you doing, Robin?
Hey, Robin.
Okay. I know she's trying to get her Wi-Fi together. She said she was going to try. Dustin, I love that you pointed that out because what other cultures may see as funny and humorous, other cultures and people, individuals may not.
I didn't find it very nice.
Yeah.
Saying that at the very end, I did not. I did not find that very nice at all.
Yeah. Well, he is going to. Oh, Robin says she got kicked off. Okay, Robin, let's go ahead. If you can try and come back on, that's fine. Let me take that off. Okay. Okay, there you go, Robin. So if you want to come back on, there you go. Okay, so here's the thing with the cultural differences. Cultural differences, people end up not understanding the reaction of the others. And in his case, and his culture, they're used to calling people big over there because the majority of them are small. Not all of them, because I've seen some hefty, people, hefty, their culture.
Hefty Koreans, yes.
So have I. I mean, I see different size, different people, but I don't sit there and I don't sit there and I don't judge anybody for what the way they look and what they do.
Yeah.
And that's not my culture.
Yeah.
My culture is different than anybody else on the show. But that's not. It didn't sit well with me.
I get it. Jonathan, chime in, and then I'll come up to Aaron to chime in. What did you guys think?
I remember saying this when we first met Devin and Nick. I remember saying, he might not want to say the word piggy around her family and friends because that is going to be an issue. And to be honest, I don't believe that Koreans, when they say those types of things, because I know they can sound very judgmental, but I don't think they see it as judgment. I think they just see it as an observation in their culture. And the fact that I think the woman asked him, what is the difference between Koreans and Americans? And he literally said the word fat. And I said, oh, okay, that's you. That's touching a nerve right there. I mean, I understand that America does seem to have an obesity issue because we might have the most obese people in the world. I don't know if that's accurate, but again, it shows the difference between our cultures. So I had a feeling that this was probably not going to go smoothly.
Yeah,
and it's obvious that it's not going to go.
It's not going smoothly at all for me.
Yeah, it looks like this was a preview for the next episode. So I'm nervous about watching it. I'm seeing it as pretty cringy at even not even seeing the full conversation, just seeing the preview of it. It looks like it's going to be cringy. So I'm scared for Nick. I really am, because he's such a nice guy and he has such a beautiful personality. His personality is so wonderful, and that's what makes me like Nick and Devin, because Devin really hasn't shown us much of any personality whatsoever. And I think that's because she hasn't been around her people, her family, her friends, her community. So Nick is the one that's really been keeping my interest in this couple. So I'm just ready to cringe through that entire
I am
scene.
too. I just wanted to take my hand and take it through the TV. I was so mad when that.
Oh goodness.
I was so mad. I was so mad when that made me so frustrated.
I get it. Aaron, what's your thoughts on that conversation?
Now we have seen Devin try and warn Nick and about this, so I think she knew it's coming. And I'm wondering how Devin's going to react, because Devin could change the situation. I think we're all expecting her family's going to be upset and stuff like that. But Devin could calm the situation. She does seem like a very mellow person. So I'm waiting to see if, yes, he says it, but maybe she says something to, he does seem to know to follow her lead a little bit sometimes. Yeah. So it may resolve a little bit quicker than we're hoping, because she is good at navigating his differences. She understands they are not the same. And I think when she explained it to her parents, I think it will be okay. I think it's going to be awkward and uncomfortable for everybody but him, because he doesn't know, because it is a cultural difference. But I think they'll get through it. And I think that this will help him maybe realize the culture change. I think he does need this moment, because even when she's told him in the past, he's always like, yeah, but it's okay because it's between you and me. I think this will help him understand it's not. So
yes, right. I love that you said that too. She can bring him around, but he's got to.
She can change the. I agree with Aaron on that one.
Yeah,
she can change the situation on that part, but I just think there's going to be a lot of, with that couple. I think there's going to be a lot of ups and downs. We didn't see it. We didn't see it with the before they got in the United States, but I think with living with the parents, living with the parents, and then I didn't see a lot of ups and downs.
Well, let's hope there's more ups than downs. Here's my thought.
I hope so. I really
Here's
do.
my thought on Devin and Nick. I hope that Devin does not have any bad feelings about her own body because of the conversation that Nick is having, because sometimes women will body shame themselves. And they will feel that they need to make these adjustments, drastic adjustments, because the man views them this way, and they want their husband to view them in another way. And so I'm hoping that Devin is courageous enough not to allow this to have her to tear her own self down or try and make herself be a size or look like what Nick wants her to look like. So that was my concern, because she does seem very quiet. She does not seem very combative. So she does not seem as though she speaks up a lot for herself. But I'm hoping that since she's around her family now, that she will have a louder.
I think it's going to change since she's around.
I hope she has a louder voice now that she's around her family.
I think she will.
But all in all, I think Nick loves her. I think Nick loves her.
I think they're gonna make it.
I think they will.
This is only episode 5, I believe, but I think they're gonna make it.
I think they will. But now, will Nick learn some lessons? Child, yes, he's gonna learn some lessons over there.
It's going to be an education for Nick while he's in Nashville. And he seems like he has the personality to where he'll be able to receive it with love. He won't be offended by what it is. That's the difference within him and the family as far as the culture is concerned. I think he'll be able to understand that it is the culture difference, and be able to, roll with the punches afterwards. Hey, Justin.
Hi, Justin. Thank you for being here. Go ahead, Aaron.
I also think that if he does think that it is affecting her mentally, that he would change anyway, because he seems very much in love with her. And I think it says something. They've already been together 3 years, and he's had this nickname, and she hasn't changed. So I wonder how much love he's showing her, that this is just something he says, and she may already know that, because she hasn't had the self-doubt and anything in these 3 years. So I love that part too, because it shows you their relationship and how much affection they have even from the distance.
Right, but Devin does seem to be a very passive person to me. So if it does bother her, I wouldn't expect her to say something. Although they've been together for 3 years, you would expect for an adult to let their partner know what issues they may have. But at the same time, she doesn't seem like the type that might do that. But who knows? I just don't think that she takes offense to it, though. I don't think she takes offense to it.
I don't either.
All right. So Jonathan, who would well, let me get this comment. Robin said, I really like Nick. He seems like he is accustomed to a very cosmopolitan life.
Mm-hmm.
And he might be. Listen, when Nick got off that airplane and he walked into the airport parking lot, he was like, I'm the only Asian person here. Now you
Yeah, I
see how
seen that.
Devin probably feel.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
But Devin's parents seem so loving.
Oh my God, they
And
love him.
I
Yeah.
think that they show us what Devin's real personality is like. And hopefully as the season goes on, we'll see more of Devin's personality because we still haven't seen it yet. I'm waiting still to see who Devin
I
is.
want to see her more personality in her her own place
Right.
in United States. I mean, I want to see
Yeah.
I want to see her personality. Where
Yeah,
Okay.
when she's around her community, when she's around her friends and her family, hopefully that personality will come out of her.
Yeah, I
One
want to
thing
see.
I can say about these two couples is their parents are beautiful. Both
Yes.
sets of parents
Agreed.
are absolutely beautiful. The way they embrace his parents embraced her and her parents embraced him. And mind you, Devin's parents embraced him before they even embraced her. And
Right.
that says a lot that they really want this to work for both of them.
And I know I do. I want it to work a lot too. So hopefully it does work out.
I want them to work out. Jonathan, who are we starting with you with 90 Day Fiance?
I want to talk about Ashley and Manuel.
Okay.
They're a hot mess.
You know, the first episode, I was writing for this couple. I saw so much love with this couple. I said, I know they're going to work out. They have issues. They have them. I literally said they have the least amount of issues out of all these couples. Child, I was DEAD dead wrong. Here's
they
the
have
thing.
a lot of issues.
Right. Yeah. Here's the thing. And I talked to my mother about this, and I didn't see this side of it until I talked to her about this. Ashley acts as if she hasn't been with Manuel for a certain amount of years.
Right.
And she doesn't know who Manuel is. She knows that Manuel is a me type of person. She knows Manuel is a little bit controlling, not in a negative type of way, but he just wants things done his way. No questions asked. And Ashley, because she's living with him, she really can't deal with that. And she's now learning that they're really not compatible as far as a relationship is concerned outside of the bedroom. But, we'll see what happens. But it would not surprise me if the thing is, I don't see Manuel leaving. But at the same time, I don't see Ashley leaving either. So
right.
I really don't know where this relationship will go. It wouldn't surprise me if they made it down the aisle. I just don't see them in a happy, healthy, loving relationship.
I don't
either. That's interesting. Aaron, what's your thoughts on these two?
I don't want to say I hope they don't make it down the aisle, but part of me does think that they would not be compatible for the long run.
Agreed.
Because they do not have communication, which I've said from day one. They just don't communicate with each other, which has been more and more we've seen. And that was my fear in the very beginning. And this episode was so bad for the both episodes. It was so bad. And it just showed they have no patience for each other.
None.
And if you have so many differences culturally, you have to have patience for each other, and they don't have any.
They don't have any patience.
And that's my concern. My concern went from communication to now not having patience. I'm not seeing any of the vital skills they would need to make this through this big transition.
Yeah.
Right. The fact that she was in the car and she was talking to her friend in English, and I'm sure she is well aware that he is annoyed whenever she is speaking English in his presence, and he's not a part of the conversation, and he's being left out of the conversation, but she knows that gets to him. And I also felt that it was not a good thing for them to discuss money issues with her friends. That is none of their business. It's not her friend's business to stick her nose into their business, giving her her opinions on what they should do about their money. No. We don't have that conversation with friends. We have that amongst each other. The issue is they haven't had that conversation amongst each other. They're having the conversation with her friends. And that's not the way that you do relationships.
Right. Hey, Dustin, Maureen and Kathy says, hi, Dustin.
Hi, Kathy.
Hey,
that's my sisters.
Oh, that's Aaron says, look at her. They're so cute. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Maureen. I love that they have their both names on there. That's so cute. Robin, she's trying to get on. She keeps getting knocked off the Wi-Fi or something where she is. It's not working properly. Oh, want her on here. Okay, so we'll figure that out. But she is in these comments, y'all. And she said,
Well,
Ashley,
I appreciate you, Robin, supporting us any week. And
that's right.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Even though you can't get on the panel this week, I appreciate you being in the chat.
She is such a great contributor to the platform. I love her. She said in a comment, Ashley and Manuel make no sense to me. I don't think there is a mutual respect between them.
I don't either.
Right? And she also says, I agree, Aaron. This episode was totally cringy. What is worse is that he doesn't seem to like her. At least Pedro faked the funk with Chantel.
I have a question. What did everyone think about? Yes, the dinner was cringy, but when they got back and he had walked home or walked to their place, what did everybody think about her trying to almost attack him after he was already upset, and him just watching soccer on his phone? What was everybody's impression? Because I was more curious of their alone time after all these blow-ups than anything else.
This shows me how they don't communicate. This shows me how they deal with their issues. They don't deal with their issues. He said it during the therapist session that whenever she wants to be rah, 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 I just turn on the TV and block her out. Or I think that's what Ashley said that he does. But they don't deal with their issues. And that's a very immature thing to do. An immature thing to do. I'm sorry. And so, but it didn't surprise me, Aaron. It didn't surprise me at all.
It don't surprise me at all.
Well, here's my take on this. First of all, I'm with Jonathan when he's talking about the friends should not be in the business of him spending her money and their money. Well, I think Ashley knew the process of him coming here, that he was not going to be able to work for some time. She knew that. And now she's sitting in front of her friends at the table acting brand new. You knew this man was not going to be able to work. So you knew that he was going to need finances when he got here. And you knew that you were going to have to be a contributor of that. How do you think this man is supposed to get money while he's here? First, it was the phone. Y'all were having an argument over that. Y'all were having an argument over the door, the bedroom. So I get what Manuel was saying when he was at the table and he said, listen, you spent $130 on vet, but you won't spend $100 on my family. That hit me hard because I was like, wait a minute, that is a thought. Even though others may say, well, that's her money. She can do it at what she wants. But when you really look at it, he's just saying, I'm just trying to help my family out. This is what I've always done. This is what I want to do to help out my family financially. And when he said $300, literally to me, I didn't think it was a big deal. But then again, I don't know what Ashley's pockets are like. Go ahead, Aaron.
She knew when he came over that he had 2 kids. That's what she said from the beginning.
Right.
So even in America, a man would pay child support. So she knew there was some money that they would be obligated to still pay when he wasn't working. Because she's acting completely surprised, like he didn't bring any of this up. He brought that he had 2 children. The mother's not involved. She has told us that the mother's not involved. So where did she think these kids that are still kids because they're teenagers, where did she think they were? How did she think they were supporting themselves?
Right. At the end, first thought. At the end of the day, both of them are in the wrong because neither one of them initiated a conversation concerning the money. And so now both of them are upset about it because neither one of them had the conversation. So it's just like, you want to be mad at one person, but you got to be mad at the other person because the other person didn't bring it up either. So, but again, like I don't see him leaving and I don't see her leaving either. I see them kind of still going through the motions and trying to work it out for the good of whatever it is. I think Ashley sees Manuel maybe as a prize in a way, maybe because she's been with him for so long, she sees him as sort of a fantasy, and she'll deal with his mess ups, and she'll deal with the heartache, and she'll deal with the frustration because she still has him at the end of the day in her bed. But that's not a way to live. That's not a way to love. That's not a way to be in relationship. But
it is temporary. It's very temporary because
I don't see them going down the aisle. I disagree.
I would hope that they don't, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
I actually will be. I will be surprised if Ashley, I wonder if she has commitment problems because she said stuff in the past about the exes and stuff like that. And so I actually will be surprised if she actually makes it down the aisle for her watching her journey in this and how independent she is and how she talks about how independent she is to actually hand that over to somebody and sign that paper. I actually will be surprised. And it has nothing to do with Manuel himself, actually. I will be surprised if she can emotionally do that.
Well, Robin said Ashley was Manuel's green ticket to America. She was a fool to fall for the okey doke. She also says, do you think she agreed to support his family? Because it ain't yours, mine's, and ours until we is married. Oh my goodness. Here's my thing on this. I think Ashley is letting, or is kind of, well, yeah, that's the word, putting on for the cameras. I think she's putting on for the cameras. I think she knew very well that she was going to have to support this man financially. I think Ashley, to me, gives me spoiled brat vibes.
Agreed.
Somewhat. When she was in the car calling her sister or friend, whoever it was, and she was talking about him in English, I thought that was highly disrespectful.
Like he wasn't sitting right next to her, knowing good and gosh darn well he didn't know any of the words coming out of her mouth. That was so disrespectful.
And he knew,
and petty.
Even petty. And he knew that she was talking about him because he said it in the confessional.
Yes.
He knew that she was talking about it. So I thought that was highly disrespectful of her to do that. Now, does she need to have an out to have a conversation? Yes, she does. Should she have that conversation? Yes, she should. But she has to also think, if Manuel was to get on the phone and talk to his friends or relatives about her like that, with her sitting there, how would she feel? And I think a lot of times what Ashley does is she does things and she don't see herself in that same position to see, if I did this to him, how would I feel if he did the same thing to me?
I don't think she cares about how he would feel. And that's the issue. I don't think Manuel cares about how she feels either.
Neither one
and so
of them.
It's a two-way street for both of them. They both are the same exact way. And that might be the reason why they're together, because they're so much alike in that way. But, she doesn't care about his feelings. He doesn't care about her feelings. It's ridiculous. Like, where's the love in this thing?
And Manuel seems to me like he's like nonchalant. It almost seems as though he's waiting for a timeline. So he's just trying to wait it out. He's just trying to wait it out. I don't know if they're going to be able to go on like this or continue. If they do, they're going to need some serious, real counseling to really, make this thing work. Because if they continue, there's going to be more hurt. Because if you don't clean up the hurt that's already there, then all you're doing is you're going to add more hurt onto it. So this is really,
I would just be interested in knowing why Manuel is in the relationship. I think I have an idea of why Ashley's in it, but I want to know why Manuel is still there. I really do. What is keeping him there? Because you can find good PUSSY anywhere. So I don't think that's it. But I really want to know, what is his motivation for being with Ashley?
Yeah. And I think he feels like he's alone there, even though he said he has family in some other state. But by him going around her friends all the time, her friends are going to side with what she says
every time.
Her friends are not going to side with what he says. They're not going to do that. They're her. And I have not heard one of her friends one time say that she was wrong. I have not heard any of that. Go ahead, Aaron.
Because they only get her side of the story. They never get his side because of the language barrier. They only know what her issues are with him.
Right. What do you think?
They're not good friends, and those aren't real friends. If your friends aren't digging at you when you tell a story, when my friends tell a story, I'm like, okay, but what else did you do? Because I know you. Like, you dig a little bit more. They're not digging at her. They're just believing her face value. They almost face value friends to me then. That's not
it almost seems like they're scared of her. It almost seems like they're afraid of her. Like, if they get her mad, they don't want to feel that wrath. So they just...
There was one time where her male friend, when they first met with the friends, he did ask her, okay, so are y'all talking this out or are y'all sexing this out? So I think they know how she operates, but you're right. They really don't hold her accountable for her actions whenever she's letting them know what their issues are.
Well, Robin says, no le creo. I think he understands more English than he lets on. Why? Lydia from the family Chantel, she fiends no understanding, but she reacts appropriately when English is spoken in her presence. So yes, maybe that's how he knew she was talking about him. He may not be able to pick up all the words, but he was able to pick up some of it, because he said in the confessional, she's sitting here talking about me and I'm right here sitting in the car. You act like I'm not right here.
I think he understands how she operates, and I don't think he really understood exactly what she was saying. He just knew what she was doing in that moment, because I'm sure she's probably done it in the past as well.
That's terrible. Come on, couples. If you love one another, you're not going to tear down somebody, even if they don't understand your language. Come on now. We've got to be better. Robin says Manuel's motivation in being with Ashley was entry to the U.S. Remember, he has family somewhere in the NYS. All right, let's go on up here to beautiful Aaron. Aaron, where are we going on 90 Day Fiance? Who would you like to chit chat?
I've been waiting to go to Nikki and Justin.
All right, let's do it.
Look at Justin. Sorry, JoJo.
It's okay. You know I get a tick when I hear Nikki's name, honey girl. She. Oh,
I know. I was trying not to say it, and I'm like,
but we got to talk about it. So go ahead, girl.
The fight in the car.
My God.
First of all, I've never liked Justin more than him opening the.
Where's the eject button? Eject. Fly up out of my car.
I was laughing when he did that. I don't know how she wasn't laughing, because I don't know. In the middle of a fight, if somebody can make you laugh, that's a key to a relationship, because you can't take yourself too seriously, because life is too short. But so I was dying. I was like, you know what? I like you a lot, because I've been on the fence if I like Justin or not, because I'm like, I don't know. But no, I like him. That was hilarious.
Yes.
Why were you on the fence about Justin, Aaron? I'd like to know.
I like Justin, but I always think there's something more that we're missing. I like that he does the educational stuff, but I always feel like he's not giving us his whole story. There's something we're not hearing.
Okay. Okay,
so
I understand.
There's just a little something. But I think maybe it was his humor, because this episode, when we were seeing more of his sense of humor, and when she got ready and when she was dressed in a way he felt more comfortable, I felt like he did bring down his wall a lot. Mm-hmm. I felt like we did get to see the real Justin with his mom and stuff like that. So I actually took that back. I think I was waiting to meet this Justin that we met in this episode.
I have to agree with
mother, and I loved his relationship with his mother. I love that he said that she wasn't accepting it first, and it took her a journey. He's not lying about how hard this was, and that's what he said he's bringing to the relationship. Mm-hmm. And I like that he explained that more, because in the past it's like, I'm bringing something too. Well, what else are you bringing? Can you tell us? In this episode, we really saw what he's bringing. He's bringing compassion, not only for himself, but he's educating others. And I love that.
Robin's so funny. She's saying Justin goes her.
Thank you, Robin.
I know we're never going to agree, but I really like Justin in this episode. I felt like I got to know him better by seeing him with his parents, his stepfather. Yeah. It was a beautiful relationship. Even his his mother welcoming Nikki into her home, letting her
called her my girl. Like
my girl. Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
She was warm and loving. Yes, she's scared for her son, but she's not scared for her son because Nikki's transgender. She's scared for her son because Nikki's hurt her son. And I like that there was a definitive. I'm not upset with you because you're trans. I'm upset with you because you hurt my son before, and it took him 2 years to recover. And I was like, okay, that's it. It took him 2 years to recover. These are the stories we were missing.
You better say that, Aaron. Come on, Aaron, all the way.
Yeah.
Now, Jonathan, I need to know why you reared back in your chair, though.
First of all, I have a question for everyone. Nikki said out of her mouth to his mother, "Your son is in good hands." Show of hands, who agrees with Nikki? Anybody agree?
No, I don't agree.
Okay,
I don't agree.
Okay, that's what I thought. Anyways, on to the next subject. Nikki refuses to compromise in any way, shape, or form. Yes, she did dress a little bit more modestly.
She did,
and I appreciate that from her. I wasn't expecting that from her, although I think she knows what's appropriate when meeting your fiance's parents. But
Absolutely.
that's a whole nother thing in itself. But anyways, all of Nikki's issues with Justin revolve around sex, because
That's
this
true.
seems to be the only reason why she has issues with him. She doesn't
Mhm.
have issues with his affection towards her because she receives that all of the time. All of the time she receives that. She receives flowers from him from time to time. He does everything right, as I've been saying since episode
Yes.
1.
Mhm.
And she gives him no acknowledgement for it, which again gives me the heebie-jeebies. If Justin's mother watches this show, she would not want her boy to be with this woman. And
Ooh.
I feel as though Nikki has this fantasy in her mind of what she wants her life to be and her perfect man. And whenever Justin steps out of that perfect line for her, she has to reel him back in, or she has to, to say to him, "Well, I'm going to leave. I'm just going to leave. We're not good together." She's just going
Mm.
to try to break it off with him, or try to say that, oh, we shouldn't be together anymore. She'll throw that in his face whenever she
Yeah.
gets upset about something, and
Yeah,
that
she
is
does.
so immature for a 40-something-year-old woman to be doing that constantly with this young man who is doing everything right that you simply do not seem to see. Just refuse to see all the
Mhm.
good that he does.
Mhm.
But because he's not going down on you, that's still an issue, and you cannot get over that. And I still want Justin to let her know what he told his friends on the previous episode, that
Yes.
because I know
Yes.
that you're trans, I'm having a mental issue with doing that. And you have to give me time, even though I don't know if he'll be able to get there. And I
Right.
wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't able to get there, but he
Right.
needs to have that conversation with her. And I feel as though he feels like if he does have that conversation with her, he might lose her. And because she can't do anything about the fact that she's trans. And she might
Yeah.
think that he won't be able to get past the fact that she's trans. But that is an important conversation that they need to have.
Now, Robin said this. She said, in my latest version of Insomnia, she's so cute. She said, I watched an episode of Lady Boys on Netflix. I do think that if Nikki was honest with Justin from the jump, they would have been on that Netflix show instead. Oh, wow.
Now, I don't agree with that. I feel as though if Nikki had told Justin that she was trans from the get-go, he would not have given her the time of day.
No time.
I just don't think he would have. I
I don't
believe that the only reason why he's still with her now is because he's in love with the Nikki that he fell in love with before he found out that she was trans. I don't think he
and
would have dated her.
I think what I think is Nikki needs to give Justin enough time to grow in love with her. He's trying his best. We can all see that there is some care there because he's going through great lengths. I mean, his friends, his mama, his daddy, he's going through great lengths. And he even said he lost some friends because of this relationship. So, and he hasn't been talking about coming to America. He hasn't been saying that. I haven't really heard him really talk about that. So, I don't know if it's a green card issue, but he really has been showing that he really does care for her. So I think what she has to do is I think Nikki has to allow him to grow to love her in that way where he then wants to be intimate with her and have that intimacy with her. She needs to allow him to do that. Now, Aaron, I'm going to agree with you because I was watching this episode with my daughter, and when he opened that sunroof and said, "Where's the eject button?" with such a straight face, my daughter and I both paused and then we fell on the floor simultaneously laughing. We had to rewind it like 3 or 4 times. It was so hilarious. I said, he's so smooth with his humor. It was just so funny to me. And she didn't think it was funny. But I think the thing that he tries to, now he's a smart aleck, but he tries to calm the situation down. And she gets so offended by it. But Nikki, and then she's saying, I'm too much for you. You can't handle me. I'm too much for you. Again, Nikki, you're trying to put him down by trying to say that about yourself. And that takes away from him. You're supposed to build these men up, build your husbands up, build your spouse up. You're not supposed to try and use yourself to tear them down because that tears down a relationship. And it also shows signs of insecurity on the one that's saying it.
Right.
That
Nikki is
part.
very insecure. Yes. Go ahead, Dustin.
What I was gonna say so far is I agree with Jonathan on that. What
Yeah.
Jonathan said, because I don't agree with a lot of things that happened on this episode, and that's just my
Mhm.
opinion, my opinion only. but I do agree with what he said so far, and I think that couple, if they don't make a lot of changes, that couple ain't gonna be together.
It's not that that Justin ain't trying. I mean, he even let her change his name.
Well, I mean they're trying, but
Go
have you
ahead.
seen? I have seen some things on. I'm a long time watcher of 90 Day Fiance, and
Yeah.
sometimes they get married, but sometimes they end up getting a divorce at the
Yeah.
very end, and that's what I feel like is going to happen.
Oh boy.
Right.
Go ahead,
Um,
Aaron.
I was just gonna say I typed it, but we have seen Justin how much he is in love with Nikki. We haven't seen Nikki be in love with Justin yet.
Surprise,
That's what Jonathan
surprise.
has been saying. That's the whole thing that
Surprise,
Jonathan.
Yeah,
surprise.
I
Yeah.
know it's the whole thing you've been saying, but I keep wanting to see just like we finally have seen the part of Justin I wanted to see because I always felt like there was more and more I wanted to see, and I felt like by meeting his parents, by seeing his sense of humor, I think he's tried to be funny in the past, but she shuts him down so fast it's hard to get out. And this time we really saw his sense of humor. We saw how smooth he is with it. We see that that's how he does cope with the bad situation. I was
Mhm.
dying.
And he
I was
literally
laughing at
told
it.
her that's how his
Yeah.
family
Yeah.
copes with bad situations. They cope with it with humor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Aaron, that part. Oh, I'm
I
gonna
was
watch that
dying
again.
laughing when he did that. I was like, that's it.
Where's the eject button? Go ahead, Jonathan.
But Aaron, I hope you understand and are able to accept the fact that that is never going to happen. You will never see Nikki's love for Justin. We are what 5, 6 episodes into this thing, girl, and we ain't seen it yet, girl.
Episode 5.
It's not going to happen. And I
I
hope I
always
don't.
am optimistic.
I know, I get it. I'm very optimistic as well, Aaron. I just don't want you to get your hopes up, girl. Okay, I just don't want
And
you
listen,
to
and
give her
Jonathan,
too much grace, girl. Okay,
and Jonathan is a loving person. If it comes back that they work out, he'll be like, "Okay, I was wrong."
I will take it back. I will definitely take it back. I don't think I'll have to, but I will definitely take it back. Here's another thing that I have to say, and I hope I don't offend anyone in the trans community by saying this. Nikki wants a man that sees her as a biological woman.
Right.
Although she does express herself as a superwoman, as a woman who's got a little extra something with the way that she dresses, the way that she presents. If she were with a trans attracted man, he would actually be able to give her that. He would actually be
adore
able
her.
to
Oh.
treat her the way that she wants to be treated. But again, because Justin realized or was given the information about her transness the way that he was, that's always going to be in his mind. And he can only see her as a trans woman, whereas a trans attracted man can see her however Nikki wants him to see her.
Let me ask you
Justin
something.
can't do that for her.
Let me ask you something, Jonathan. Do you think what is going on is that Nikki is attracted to men that are not looking for someone who is trans?
Who is trans? Yes. And that's an issue
Okay.
that many of us in the LGBTQIA plus community have, is that we fantasize about straight men. We fantasize about those who are unattainable because we feel as though if we are able to obtain them, then we've reached some type of goal. But we have to remember that, sexuality doesn't just pop up one day and, you see someone you're attracted to. Well, if you see someone you're attracted to, you've always been attracted to that type of sex or that type of person. So, but that's an issue that we do have in the LGBTQIA plus community. That's why the DL thing is such a big thing for us, because we kind of like the fact that a man wants to sneak away from his wife or sneak away from his girlfriend just to be with us because he's living out whatever it is that he really wants naturally. But yes, I would agree with that, Regina.
Okay. Well, we're going to keep watching and we'll see what happens. I am not sure what's going to happen with this two couple. I'm not sure. So I'm gonna just leave it waiting.
Aaron, you got something else to say? I think you got something else to say, Aaron.
Go ahead,
it's all
Aaron.
over
Yeah,
your
she's
face.
putting a church finger up too. Go ahead, Aaron. I'm sorry, I didn't see that. Thank you.
I just can't help it. That's how I do it.
Yes, that's what we want. We want that.
I was also wondering, we're also seeing her out of her comfort zone by being in Russia or Moldova. But
Moldova.
Thank you. And I wonder what she is like when they are back here in the States.
Oh
And
God.
if her comfort zone goes down, because right now she's trying to prove something over there. She keeps trying to prove herself, like I can be who I am over there. Will we see her relax that a little bit over here and get to know her better and see her self-confidence a little
The
bit more?
issue with that, Aaron, I don't think Nikki's outside of her comfort zone. I think she's a confident woman wherever she is, especially with this camera right in front of her face. She's going to give us the real Nikki 100% of the time. And again, I think I won't go there, but I don't think Nikki is outside of her comfort zone. I think her comfort zone is anywhere she is. She's going to be herself authentically, regardless of who's around her or the location of where she is.
Yeah,
That's just my opinion.
I think that she would get turned up more when she comes back to the
There you
States
go. There you go.
than she is over there. I think she's trying to reel it back just a little bit.
She
Even
might
though,
be even worse if she were
yeah,
in the States.
yeah, because that's where her comfort is. And when you're more comfortable, you're in your comfort zone, you let loose even more. So that may be it. But listen, Nikki, if she doesn't hold on to Justin, I think is a good catch. He seems good. His mom, loving on her, just as she is. I love that scene. I love that the stepfather loved on them too. And the mother says something that was beautiful. She's like, listen, it's my son. She says, and things have changed now. The times have changed. And so her main thing is she just wants her son to be loved and for her son to have someone to love. I love that. Now, mama is going to be watching because mama said, mothers never forget. So she gonna be watching. I thought it was beautiful that she still had pictures of them together. Oh my God, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Now Nikki needs to understand. I don't think you want to mess with this mama though. I don't think you want to mess with this mama because I think we saw the good side of this mama. I would watch it close, and I think we saw the good side of this mama. And I don't think you want to mess with this mama, Nikki.
We don't want to see Mama Bear come out now.
I don't want to see the bad side of her.
Oh, okay.
We don't want to see the bad side of her. No.
One more thing on Justin and Nikki before we move forward.
Yeah.
My prayer is that Justin finds a woman that he can love 100%. And I hope that Nikki can find a trans attracted man to love her the way that she desires to be loved, because Justin will never be able to do that for her. And I'm done.
Yeah, I think even like you say, a trans attractive, like even if a man looks at Nikki, and I'm sure she's probably getting DMs right now, and it may be somebody that says, I never thought of dating a trans, but you piqued my interest. I'm very interested in you, so it may be somebody who's deciding you're just beautiful and I want to get with you. Who knows? But I do want them both to find love. If it's not with each other, then find it where it is.
Regina, you know it's not with each other. You know, ain't no love between them.
I'm still waiting. I'm like Aaron. We both waiting up here. We're waiting.
Well, there is love on Justin's side.
On Justin's side, yes. On Justin's
I think there's more lust. Agreed. There's more lust on Nikki's side than anything else. Like Aaron, I don't know if it was Aaron or Jonathan said she hasn't shown that she loves Justin. She's shown that she's infatuated with him and wants intimacy with him and lusting after him. But she has not really shown to us anyway, or what the cameras have shown, she really is in love with him.
Yeah, Aaron said it tonight. I think I said it episode 1, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
All right.
I think I wanted to give him more time.
Okay, yeah. I get that, Aaron, and I appreciate that about you.
Dustin, where are we going next?
I would like to go to Sophie and Rob.
Oh boy, here we go. Go ahead, Dustin. Here we go.
I do not think of her 100. I think for 110% that they're another couple that I see gonna fall apart because she doesn't like their living situation. That's one. I don't think they're gonna last because she's not happy, and they both have to be happy in a marriage. I do not believe that she's happy at all. I think she wants to be back with her mother.
Dustin, I'm sorry, I'm laughing while you're talking. My apologies. Aaron puts in the chat, just no to Rob. Dustin, I agree with you wholeheartedly. There is something wrong with this couple. Go ahead, Dustin. Oh my goodness. There's something wrong with this
I
couple.
just see it falling apart before the
Me
end of the
too.
90 days. That's
I agree with you, Dustin.
I see it falling apart 110%. I really do, because I just don't believe that she's happy. And like I said a couple of weeks ago, and I'll say it again, both of the parties have to be happy in order to be in a happy marriage. Because if you're not going to be happy, then why would you want to be in misery? I wouldn't want to be. I wouldn't want to be in misery with this couple. I see nothing but misery, and I see her going home back at the end of the 90 days, and as you know, I see a divorce at the very end of it.
Thank you, Dustin. Now she might go home sooner than that because Mama's about to get a ticket in 1 week to 2 weeks. Go ahead, Aaron. What's your thoughts on this couple, Aaron?
Run, Sophie, run. Just
Run, Sophie.
I cannot give grace to Rob. I want to. I've been trying to. Just no. And him taking her to the beach house for a weekend, all I thought is, can you put this money into getting a better apartment? I don't think she wants a temporary fix. She wants you to be nice to her, like she said. She wants you to appreciate her, to not be you. He's just rude to her all the time.
All the time.
He talks down to her. Even when he came over to apologize, that was no apology. He basically sat there and said, yeah, I'm sorry you saw it. And I'm sorry you feel this way. To me, that's not an apology. You should be, I'm sorry I did this. I should have never done this. Not, I'm sorry for how you feel. When I watched that scene, I was like, I already disliked you, man. This is not open. I feel like I was proven right by him sitting there and making that apology about himself. And basically, she should not be mad because it's not really cheating. And then he manipulated her into thinking that.
Right.
She was like, this is cheating. And then when they were done talking, well, it's not really cheating. No, it is. That's how you met, was online. And then he met somebody else online. That's cheating.
And then he kept saying, well, it's bad, but it's not that bad.
He said he literally said it could have been worse. What man who loves his woman and is trying to make up for supposedly cheating on her says it could have been? I've never heard a man say that before, not even on Maury.
It can't get any worse than that. It can't get any worse than that in my book, Jonathan. That's the worst you can go.
I agree with that, Dustin.
That's the worst. That's the worst you can go.
Right,
and you can't do any worse in my book.
There you go.
Thank you.
Because he's aware that this is an issue for Sophie and he has no issues doing it again, he clearly does not care about her feelings. He's showing her that he doesn't care about her feelings. And I just want Sophie to put her foot on Rob's neck, and she keeps letting him get away. She keeps letting him do all these things that he wants to do, and she just gets nothing in return. She gets nothing in return. Rob does whatever he wants, and Sophie gets nothing. What is Sophie getting out of this relationship? That's what I want to ask Sophie. Why are you with this man? I feel as though he gave her a fantasy while they were separate, because in this episode, she talked about the fact, all the love that he used to show her online and all the things that he used to say and the sweet nothings that he would say to her and things of that nature. And I think that he gave her a fantasy. And now that she's here, she's not getting the fantasy, but she's still holding on to a possible fantasy somewhere in the midst of the issues that they have, somewhere in the midst of the cheating that he's doing on her, somewhere in the midst of the bathroom being outside of their garage that they're living in, somewhere in the midst of this, there's still something to look forward to. I don't know what Sophie's holding on to, and hopefully when her mother gets there, her mother will be able to shine some light on the issues that they're having and the fact that she has no business being with this man.
Robin says, yes, Aaron. Yes, she loved it. Jonathan, I have to let me tell you, you could have preached that on the pulpit of the church, because I said this in the comment. Aaron's Robin said that. Let me go back to my comment. I said Rob has to be genuine from the start. And here's the thing. I don't think Rob was genuine from the start. And I think now he's trying to, like Jonathan said, make a fantasy happen. He fed her some words, and now he's trying to make it happen. So Then Robin put this comment up. She said, Rob took her from one Airbnb to another Airbnb. Here's another thing. Control and manipulation looks in the form of this. Now, some people may not see it, they'll miss it. And I want to say this because this is a great comment, Robin, that he took her from one Airbnb to another one. He could have set up all that beautiful stuff where they were in that Airbnb that she already had set up.
Right.
Control is I'm taking you from a place that you got back to a place where I am. That's part of control manipulation. I'm not, I'm
that's
just
a word, Regina. That is a word.
And then here's another thing. He's like, okay, I want you to see that I can do good for you. And so I'm going to take you to a beachfront that you like. I'm going to get another, like you say, Airbnb, but this time it's not your Airbnb, it's mine. I'm doing this. So I want you to see what I can do for you. A lot of people look at that and like, oh, he's really trying. It was cute that he did that. But you have to really look at the whole thing. He took her, Robin, I'm so glad you put this comment up. He took her from one Airbnb that she got on her own. And they could have had a nice dinner and everything right there. And he's talking about, oh, this has a bathroom. Her Airbnb had a bathroom.
Right.
So he's trying to say, oh, I got you all of this, but she had all of that. And I hope that Sophie can watch this video on the Juice Radio and Talk Show and see, Sophie, what you did was you showed Rob you can do it on your own. But then you allowed Rob to pull you from your own and take you to his. And he's saying, look what I did for you.
I think Rob sees that Sophie can do it on her own. And because he sees that, he says, oh, I got to take her out of that situation and let her know that she has to depend on me.
That part.
That's what the controlling is. That's it, Regina. That is a word right there.
Yeah, that part. Robin says, for a minute, I thought Rob was going to suggest they move to an Airbnb. That would have been nice for him to say, listen, I have now rented this place. We're no longer renting that shack. We are now renting over here. Now, that would have been different. That would have been like, okay, we are getting, this is our apartment, not even another Airbnb, but this is our apartment because I want you to know, I want you to be comfortable. But he did it temporary. Now, let's say on the good side, okay, he had a good thought. He knows that she liked the beach and she wanted to be there, and he's okay, we're doing this. But I think there's too much of the manipulation part. And I want to say this part because my husband was watching when we saw this part. My husband said, whose garden did he take that flower from?
Okay, because it don't look like it came from a flower shop or a store.
That one flower. Rob, I need you to. I think the thing is, Rob, that's it, Holy Spirit. Rob has not been groomed by real men.
Agreed.
I think that's really what it is.
I would agree with that.
He has not been groomed by real men. Even when his friend tried to tell him his thoughts of Sophie and his dating site, he would not listen to his friend. And we're going to find out later because Sophie got something to tell Rob. She got something to tell Rob. So
and watch Rob blow this thing way out of proportion. Watch him blow this thing and make it all her fault. Watch him turn this thing around on Sophie and make her feel bad for not telling him this years and years and years ago so that she can forget about the whole cheating thing. Watch him do that.
Go ahead, Aaron, and then I'll speak after you. And then Dustin.
Wondering, the friend who accused Sophie of stuff, when he sees what Rob has done to Sophie, when he's watching these episodes, I wonder what he thinks, considering he was accusing Sophie of what Rob actually did.
With him and Rob being friends, I would say that he probably would not be affected by Rob's actions. He might even enjoy or agree with Rob's actions and the way that he handles himself with Sophie.
I actually don't see that of the friend. The friend seemed like he was very protective. He didn't think that Rob's dance was great. He was ready to say that to Rob. He told Rob he didn't put much effort into it. So I don't know that friend is that person. I think he did say that. It's a loyal friend, but I wonder if he is a friend that's also going to call him out on stuff, because he did call him out on the dance, which was pathetic.
I think he did. Yeah.
So, and I hope that the day of the wedding that her mother just talks her out of running. I will always hope that because I do not want her to go down the aisle. But more than that, for Rob, I hope that this watching these episodes, I don't think he'll grow because he'll always see himself as a victim. But I hope that other people are able to bring him down to earth that see these episodes.
Right.
People in his life. That's what I'm hoping for Rob, because I don't think Rob can self-reflect and see what he's done. But I hope people in his life can point it out, and hopefully Rob will become a better person from doing this experience.
Yes.
If Sophie can't do it, who will be able to do it for Rob? That's my question, because Sophie really told Rob on that couch before he even started talking. Sophie told Rob all the issues she had with what he had done to her, and it did not affect him whatsoever. He gave her a halfway apology, said that he's going to spend the rest of his life trying to prove to her that he loves her. She said, "You said that the last time." So
But
I
again,
really don't think that this affects Rob in any way, shape, or form. And I don't think if someone else who is closer to him, like maybe a family member or a friend, if they had said that to him, I think he would still go on doing what he does because he feels like he's in the right regardless.
Oh, I actually agree with that. I don't think it's going to be a friend. I think it's going to be the public, that because he is so self-absorbed and he sees himself so much on the social media sites. I think that's what's going to affect him, is being attacked on social media for this.
I would agree.
I actually think that in this case, social media is bad in a lot of ways, but it might be able to bring Rob down to reality, or at least say, hey, if everybody's hating on me, is there something actually going on? Because he doesn't care about people around him, but he cares about social media and people online. So maybe that's what's going to change Rob. That's actually my opinion.
I would love to talk to one of Rob's ex-girlfriends. I would love to talk to his ex-girlfriends. Now, the other part we were talking about, when he talked to her and like Jonathan said, he gave her a half apology at the house. Let me tell you what Rob did. Rob mind manipulated her so bad, and he was so good at it. She took it. And even in her saying, you did this before. So for her to even say, I'm not going to put up with it no more or whatever. Now, here's what happens. Will Rob now try and do things more secretly, or will he actually cut them off? One time you cheat, second time you cheat, third time you cheat, is repeat. So, will he cut it off himself? Now, Robin said this in the comment, and then I'm going to come down to you, Dustin. Robin said, Rob strikes me as one who has the potential of a full-blown DV. Now that, I'm telling you, because manipulation, sometimes that comes. We pray it doesn't. I pray that Rob get enough sense to know, don't put your hands on her. All right. Hey, Latoya, how you doing? Hey, Latoya. All right, Dustin, your thoughts.
My thoughts are, I agree with you, what you said, Juice, on what you said about the word I don't want to say on here, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
And I hope that don't come to that, but I hope that if it does, that she can get out of that situation, because it's a hard situation to get out of. But I hope it don't come to that. I hope it don't come to that thing. But I do agree with what you said. I hope it don't come to that at all. But
yes,
I I think they need some couples counseling or therapy or something. But I hope it don't come to that. I really don't.
Hey, Bianca, how you doing?
Hey, Bianca.
Everybody. Let me tell you this with Rob. I hope that they do get their stuff together. But Rob, I think, is going to need some counseling, because again, I'm seeing his past. There's something within that past that's an issue. So I pray that he get it together. And they're both still very young, very young. And I don't see that they've had much guidance. So I'm praying for both of them. Now, here's the thing. Now, when Rob finds out this situation about her down low and stuff that she's doing, oh my God. So it's probably going to be bad for Sophie. I'm hoping it's not, because he won't for him getting back in. But if it is, Rob would probably throw up everything that she said about him. And even she said, well, it happened 8 months ago, even to the point that she said she has a tracking device on his phone, and she knows where he is, and he's not cheating because he hasn't been nowhere where he can cheat. But Sophie, Rob have his own place, and you were not there when he had his own place. So when you saw that tracking was at his house, you don't know who was at his house with him, Sophie. So please stop using that as an excuse to say
exactly
you knew where he was, because you didn't know who was there. What you should have done, got a camera in the house somewhere. That's what you should have done.
Okay, Regina, I want to say two things about two other
Please
couples real
do.
quick before we get out because I know it's 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
For Clayton and Amelie or Amory, whatever her name is.
Oh goodness.
I felt so sorry for Clayton when she would not give him none, when he literally got a hotel
was
for
wrong with
them
her?
to do exactly that. And
What was
when
wrong?
she said that she saw him in that bed when he called her back in there after he set up the candles and whatnot, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I would say it was a little bit piss poor, but that's neither here nor there. But when he was laying on the bed trying to look all sexy for her, and she said he didn't look like a model, he looked like a cow. That
Come
was
on
so
now.
disrespectful.
It
And I understand that
was.
there's a difference culturally, and so maybe that's what they say over in Peru or wherever she's from. But that hurt my feelings, and I don't even
Right.
know Clayton like that. And I think it's because I see Clayton as a really attractive man. I love his eyes. I think he's really cute, even though he's really short. He's like probably like 5'5" or 5'6", whatever. Anyways, I love his personality and I love the way that he looks, but I don't think she respects him, and that's an issue that I have with their
Yes.
relationship. Also, with Gino and Jasmine, Gino clearly does not care about Jasmine. He clearly does not love Jasmine because he lied straight to her face about the lip gloss. Y'all can't tell me nothing about that. And also, he lied straight to her face about going to the strip club. He didn't tell her that he went to the strip club, so that's a lie of omission. He also lied to her face about not touching anyone at the strip club when they have video evidence of him touching women at the strip club. Jasmine deserves better.
I love the rundown, Jonathan. Thank you. All right, Dustin, give me the rundown. You got 2 minutes.
Well, I'm just gonna say I'm gonna keep it just nice and short, sweet. I'm gonna say that I agree with everything that Jonathan just said,
Yeah,
and that's what I'm gonna say tonight. That'll be my ending. And also, I'm gonna say, did you guys see that we have a new couple joining next week?
I did.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't wait. It's gonna be a lot interesting because he has a criminal past, and
Mm-hmm.
there's something
Yeah.
that she doesn't know about, and her parents don't even know about. So we're gonna wait and see what next week's gonna bring, and that's gonna be an interesting couple to be talking about. Uh,
Interesting. I don't
uh-huh.
know why he gives me trans vibes. He
He
does.
does. He gives
He
that
does.
gives that to me too.
He gives me
Always.
trans vibes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. All right, so Michelle GM is here, y'all. Hey, she
Uh,
said Rob is trash. Period. Oh,
Okay.
okay, Aaron, give me a rundown, girl.
I'm not sure Gino doesn't love Jasmine. I would be more curious how Gino's exes all ended, how those relationships that he had ended, including his marriage that ended, because I'm wondering if he is bringing a lot of that baggage into this relationship and that's why he's mistreating her. I want to know more about that. She definitely is more invested than Gino. I will say that. I want to know more about Gino's past before I can judge Gino. He did flat out lie to her, though. There's no excuse for that. Jonathan's right on that. Um, for oh my god, I can't. Oh my goodness,
Annalie,
what was their names?
Annalie,
Annalie and Clayton.
Annalise and thing. I thought that God give me, but I was like, she does not love him at all. If she can say that about her man.
Yeah.
Because I was so sad for him. Because I literally went, why are you here? You're talking about how you didn't want to leave your mother, but then I don't think you want a green card. I don't think you want to be here. I don't understand the relationship at all. I literally am just so confused. And I really was voting for them because I really like him. He's just such a sweetheart
He
and so
is.
cute. But how she could walk in there and not think that I actually will disagree with you. I thought it was beautiful what he set up. I thought it was so cute.
I
To
thought
do that real fast.
decent for what he could do. It was decent
But
for
he
what he could
tried,
do.
right?
He only had a few minutes. It's not like he had a lot of time ahead of time. So for what he did, that's a lot of effort. I was like, hey, good for him. I thought it was so cute, and I love that he put the efforts in because any effort I think is always good in a relationship, and he definitely was trying to make it romantic and stuff, trying to make up for her for the home situation, and she just shut it down. And I just didn't see any love when she shut it down. Like she didn't shut it down being like, sweetie, we're not alone. I'm not comfortable. I love you, but I just can't yet. There's something else going on. She didn't give like anything. She just shut it down like, I don't care.
Who points out that someone's eyes are red besides trying to make an excuse for not having sex with him? Anyways, Aaron, quick question. I understand that you feel that Gino does have love for Jasmine. Do you think that he cares about her feelings or considers her feelings?
I don't.
I think he's afraid of her feelings. I think he is so afraid of her feelings that he's afraid to be honest. Even when he kind of thinks he should be, I think he's afraid of those feelings that she has because she is so strong and so passionate. Yeah. And strong and passionate in some areas is what he loves about her, but in some areas it's what he fears about her. So I think it's a balance for Gino that he's still working out himself.
And in response to that, if he's so afraid of her feelings, why does he do the things that he does to her when he knows that she's going to react the way that she reacts? But because that's why I feel as though he doesn't care about her feelings, because he's like, well, if she blows up, then she blows up, whatever. I'll just deal with it when it happens. But I'm still going to do whatever I want to do.
I think Gino is fed up with the antics of Jasmine. And Robin said this in this comment here. Robin said, when they were in Jasmine's country, Gino seemed like a victim. Now that they are here, the tables have turned. I think Gino is like, listen, I'm tired of this. I done put these doggy steps here. I done went out, bought these doggy steps. And as soon as I come home, I think I'm doing something good. And then you gonna tell me about all these napkins with stuff on it and hooked on phonics or whatever that thing was that he was learning for his other country. You know, this petty stuff. And I think he's tired of the pettiness. I think he's tired of the pettiness.
Regina, did you pick up on that? He literally learned another language for his job and refused to learn another language for the supposed love of his life. How much does that say about
he tried. He admitted he couldn't do it. So maybe that's why he didn't try again. He said he tried. He could not learn it.
Gino is tired of Jasmine's antics and crying. Even my husband's tired of it. He walked by that scene too, and he was like, "She crying again."
But does Jasmine not have a reason to cry though? Are her feelings not are her feelings?
Let me tell you,
are her feelings not valid? I feel that every single one of Jasmine's feelings are valid. She might overreact a little bit.
Jasmine does stuff, and there's accountability and there's reactions to it. Gino does stuff and there's accountability and there's reactions to it. So they both do stuff. They both do stuff. And yes, she has a right to be angry, but she also has to understand she's done stuff to make him angry. So he has a right to be angry also. Go ahead, Aaron, voice of reason.
That's true. I do think they've both done stuff. They're both, in a way, and this is one thing they both have to grow in. They're both selfish people. I also think that Gino is a crowd pleaser. If his friends wanted to go, he was going. I think that's one of the problems that they have is Gino with his family is just going to please them. And he doesn't know how to not please other people. And that's his problem with Jasmine too, is he gives into Jasmine a lot too, because
he was afraid to tell her that he went. Now he should have been honest and said we went to a strip club. He should have done it and just bit that bullet. 100%. He should have done that. He didn't do it because he's afraid. And here's the thing. When you are in a relationship and you are afraid to have communication with the person you're with, there's a problem in that relationship. There's a problem. That's part of their problem. Robin said, do you think his mother came out the closet while they were at the hotel? Child, I'm going to say this real quick on Annalise and Clayton. Okay. Annalise is up to something. I'm with the sister on this one. Mm-hmm. Annalise is up to something. She done came over here to America, hadn't seen this man in how long, knowing that he has these feelings for her. And then she's saying, oh, but your mom's right there in the closet. She can hear. Well, he done took you to a whole hotel, drove down the street several ways away from there. And you
several states away.
Thank you. And you're going to tell him, turn off the light and no, Annalise is up to something. And I'm not liking what I'm seeing with Annalise. Yeah. There's something there. There's something there with her that's not genuine. That's the word. That's not genuine with her. And I get she left her mom, but here's what she said too. And I picked up on this. She says, you can get other boyfriends, but you only have one mom. I was like, whoa.
Well, then go with your mama. Aaron, real quick.
That was
Gino might be a people pleaser, but he's not a Jasmine pleaser because she has given him some things that she needs, some essentials that she has asked him. And what has he done? I will say the house is cleaner. I will say that the house does look a little bit better.
She does clean.
There you go.
She does clean.
Gino ain't worth nothing.
Robin said, in the words of Susie Walker from Miracle on 34th Street, if at first you don't succeed, try again. And Michelle said, right, something is off with Anna Lee. I'm telling y'all, there is something off with Anna Lee. I think the sister
has an ulterior motive here, and I just don't know what it is.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand the Annalise. I really did. Because I saw myself getting nasty, and I'm like, I prayed to God. I was like, God, don't let me get nasty with this person. Like, because I don't like to get nasty.
Anna Lee can run all over Clayton if she wanted to, because he's such a passive person. He'll do whatever it is that she wants him to do, and it seems like she's holding back from doing that. And I wonder why it is, because she could really make him do some things that he might not want to actually do, because she has that power over him, because he'll do anything.
She said that in a confessional. She said, when I see this sister, she said, I don't have no problem standing up for myself. And she said that, and I believed her. And I was glad that the sister turned things around, because the sister is more in love with her brother, not in love, but love her brother more. She wanted to make it work. And I'm glad that they had the conversation. The sister was like, okay, forgiving her, so forth. When Annalise talked to the sister about the mom, and she said, I understand, I didn't see it. But I'm gonna tell you one thing, Annalise, if you mess up, you're gonna have to deal with that sister. Ooh.
Okay, she will be coming for you, and you don't want it.
Come on now. So, but there's nothing off with Annalise. I mean, here we got poor Clayton that's begging to have intimacy. You got Nikki over there begging to have intimacy. Maybe we need to switch these couples around.
No. Nikki's begging for one thing, because she's getting intimacy from that man. She's begging for one thing. We might not be able to say it here on the live, but we know what Nikki's looking for, and she ain't gonna get it.
Well, you guys, that's our chit chat on this 90-day fiance recap. This was fun. I wish we had more time. We're going to jump off of here. We got another one coming up. We got church news coming up tonight. It's church news with Bishop Kimbrough. We're going to have a great conversation over there. Y'all join us back over here in about 10 minutes. We love it. Justin, go ahead and give us your closing thoughts or your closing comments.
My closing comments are, I seen your video that you did earlier today, and it really touched me. So I appreciate you, the one that you did about the church thing, and I
Bishop Carlton Pearson,
yeah. I'll be praying for his family and stuff. So I keep him in my prayers, and it's so sad that you lost somebody that was very close to you. So I give you prayer for you, and sorry that you lost your somebody was close to you.
Well, he was a very great preacher, very good minister. I didn't know him personally. But let me tell you, my mom followed him for years when we were young. I mean, we grew up on that music he sang. The Azusa, when that came around, that was a big thing. So yes, prayers to his family, his children, all the friends and loved ones. And he was a good guy. And I'm praying that his work will continue, and I'm sure they will. I'm sure they're going to make that happen. And I also want to give a great big shout out to I am life coach Malachi. I think his tagline is, but Malachi, is that it, Aaron?
Yeah, that was okay.
He is a wonderful guy for continuing the social media for Bishop Carlton Pearson. So I appreciate it. You guys, this has been great. I love it so much. Thank you so much. We're going to close out with this comment. Robin says, thank you, Jonathan. I was about to say the same thing.
Thank you, Jonathan, for always being here for me.
No problem, Justin.
We're going to be back next week. Click those subscriber buttons if you haven't subscribed already, and click those notification bells to be reminded when we go live. Now, remember, stay tuned. We're going to be back in about 10 minutes with our church news coming up here shortly. You guys, on the count of 3, let's say goodbye. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Bye. Love y'all.